We have arrived at Parashat Kitisa. 40 long days Moses has stayed up on the mountain, recording on stone tablets God's laws and teachings. Finally, it is time for Moses to return down the mountain to carry those sacred words back to the people. But something goes terribly wrong. While Moses sat on the mountaintop with God, the people below grew restless. Noting with weariness and foreboding as each featureless desert day dissolved into the next, they began to doubt Moses' return and God's sovereignty. They built the golden calf. Exodus chapter 32 tells us, as soon as he drew near to the camp and saw the calf and the dancing, Moses became enraged. He hurled the tablets from his hands and shattered them at the foot of the mountain. Moses shattered the tablets. Tablets, the Torah tells us, that were inscribed with the finger of God. This, after God has not only alerted Moses to the situation on the ground, but has also threatened to annihilate the people altogether for their idolatry, after Moses has successfully prevailed upon God to temper justice with mercy. The most amazing aspect of this episode is not the people's loss of faith, nor Aaron's utter collapse of leadership, nor Moses' stunning fit of temper. It is not the fact of the event that is most surprising. Rather, it is the fact that we can read about it here, right here in the Torah. Early and prominent in our sacred scriptures, we find preserved the story of our first and perhaps worst act of communal idolatry, this terrible corporate sin, recorded for all the world, for countless generations to see, for us to read and recount year in and year out. Why? Why do we endure this persistent exposure of our shame? Are we never finished atoning for past sins? Should we not lay this ghost of a transgression to rest? Let's imagine for a moment that the story of the golden calf is indeed merely a ghost of past transgression and not a metaphor for so much that still ails us. Why not then sweep up the shards of broken tablet, deposit them in some proto-Geniza, and move on? After all, Moses and the people all got a second chance. He returned for a second set of tablets, and the tent of meeting was built, and the ark. And herein lies our answer. Aron HaEdut, the ark of the pact, the heart and soul of the Israelites' camp, of their community, their holy precinct, is to house the tablets that, among other things, record the specifications of its own construction. Both sets of tablets. Why? Shouldn't we reserve the ark, our holy of holies, for the second set, the whole set of tablets? Do we really want to mar the perfect beauty of God's house with broken pieces that bespeak destruction and apostasy? According to tradition, we really do. We read in the Palestinian Talmud that Israel constructed and carried two arks, one for the second set of tablets, our Torah, and the other for the broken tablets. The one that contained the broken tablets, we learn, would come and go with them. It was with them all the time, whereas the whole tablets remained in the sanctuary, in the tent of meeting. The Israelites carried their mistake with them always. We still do. We still read the story. Life is hard. It is easy to fail, and we do it all the time. Torah is hard. It would be easy to walk away, to give up like the Israelites during the 40 long days and nights, to forget God's teachings and to keep walking. But to ignore our past mistakes may be to forsake our link to holiness altogether. If we have atoned, if we continue to atone, if by seeing the evidence of our imperfection before us always, we are inspired to vigilance regarding the condition of our world and of our souls, then an acknowledgement of our mistakes cannot hurt us. It will only make us better servants of truth and righteousness.